These are the water heaters that are currently used by this building. They have two huge 200-gallon water heaters, electric power, so they draw a lot of energy. And what we're going to be doing is putting 8 collectors on this roof, and we're going to preheat 480 gallons of water, which will be fed into these water heaters so that these only come on when there's no sun. And how we're going to do that is we're going to put 8 solar collectors on the southwest roof here. There's going to be a feed pipe and a return pipe that are going to run to those collectors and back down. And those pipes are going to have a heat transfer fluid, which is going to be distilled water. And during the day, when the panels are 10 to 12 degrees warmer than the storage tanks that we're using to preheat the water, a controller will turn on some pumps and they'll start circulating water through the collectors and back down to a tank that's going to house a heat exchanger. A heat exchanger is a big round circular piece of copper that has fins in it to maximize its surface area, and those tubes are going to have the potable water coming from the big storage tanks downstairs running through those heat exchangers, collecting heat from the water that's going through the solar collectors, and they're going to run all day until the controller says we've heated the water up to where we want it to, or until we run out of solar. And it'll know if we run out of solar because the temperature of the collectors will only be 4 or 5 degrees warmer than the storage temperature, so then we can't efficiently exchange heat anymore. So the controller's the brains of the operation. That's got a couple temperature sensors that are going to tell it, when to turn on and when to turn off, and then the pumps are going to circulate the water so that we have the hot water moving through the collectors, transferring the heat to the water moving through the tanks. We're going to tie a cold water line into these lines and put some ball valves on it so that we can isolate the solar system if we ever need to. And what we're going to do is run these pipes down through a couple of floors out to where we are under the building and tie them into the water heaters that we've set down there. And then the hot water line that is coming out of those tanks will then be fed back into what is the cold water line here, so that now the cold water line will actually be feeding preheated water into these big old electric water heaters instead of just the street water, which will be coming in anywhere from 50 to 65 degrees depending on the time of year. So that's the plan with this system. This is the biggest system that we're doing out here at the camp, and this one will have the largest impact in terms of dollars saved.